We'll take your request, 212-219-9695. Back here with Mr. Joe Long. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Hello, hello.
I know you have a lot of interesting memories of Mr. Elvis Presley. I know you have one particular story you wanted to share with us. What would that be like?
This is funny. We're working with Sinatra at Caesar's Palace, and Elvis was at the International. And after our show, see, Frank, when you work with Frank, you did only one show, and that was when you were done. So we finished early and went to see Elvis' second show at the International. Gordio, Valley, and our wives and I. We were invited backstage to say hello to Elvis, and when we got back there, we were kind of standing in a row, in a line, and our wives were in front of us, and we were talking to Elvis, and a nice conversation. And finally, Frankie's wife, Marianne, asked for a photograph. So he sent for some photographs, and he signed them all, Best Wishes, Elvis. Signed Frankie's wife, then my wife, and it got to Bobby's wife, Bree, and she said, well, would you put to Bree on it? Would you personalize it? So Marianne, Frankie's wife, said, well, he didn't put his name on mine. So Elvis said, well, no, don't worry about it. So he says to her, what's your wife's name? What's your name? And she said, Marianne, to Marianne. Then said to my wife, and your name? She said, Laura. So while he's signing it, he said, tell Laura I love her. Well, her knees just buckled. Luckily I was there to catch her,
Well, I wish I
Otherwise she would have gone right to the ground.
I wish I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Elvis Presley.
Elvis was great. We kind of hung with him for a few days after that, some dinner and some cocktail kind of thing. And he was, as most people were led to believe, a real gentleman. A great guy.
He was a black belt in karate, too.
I wasn't going to mess with him, Teddy.
What's your favorite Elvis song? You have one?
Some of the latter stuff. At my age, I forget titles, but the one he did was toward the end of his career. About my body is burning or something like that. Come on, somebody help me.
Burning love.
Burning love?
Yeah, burning love. God, it's a good thing I have people
We're going to play that
remember.
song tonight here. Let's get that song on, Jim. In the meantime, thanks, John.
Well, he also rehearsed It's Not Gonna Shine anymore, too. I saw it in the book.
Eddie, I got an Elvis story.
Elvis Presley.
Tell me one, John.
You did. You played Elvis
Duprees,
to a huge
we
audience.
opened the show for Elvis. It was in Ohio. Got to meet him briefly when he was coming out of the dressing room. We passed some comments, some greetings. From then on, he used to send me a Christmas card every year with his dog. Now, Elvis owned St. Bernard dogs. So I used to get a St. Bernard card from Elvis every year.
Did you save those cards?
I saved the cards.
No kidding. Wow, incredible. Do you remember that moment when you met him? What he looked like? What he was wearing at that moment, or not? Some interesting.
He was kind of in between, changing from his regular clothes to uniform to go up on the stage. It was a great experience. Like Joe said, nice guy.
People are calling in. They want to hear a song called, I believe it's called Love Eyes.
Love that song.
That's one you do love.
I do love that song. I didn't write it, but it was one of my favorites.
What's the reason that's one of your favorites? What makes it that way?
I think the story about Love Eyes and the lyrics, it really tells the story, and that's why it's one of my favorites.
Let's hear it at WPAT New York. Mr. John Salvato, the Duprees, and Love Eyes.